Okay, my hair looks kind of off today, but it is Monday the 20th of May. I have a lot of stuff to do, but I have a message today. I think I had a call today with a friend, and we were just chatting about life. And I think the thing I want everyone, I told that to her as well. You are on the right path right now, because the dots will only connect in hindsight. And it is so easy in this world. It's incredibly easy to get distracted and to start comparing yourself to others, comparing yourself to anybody that is more successful, more happy, that has anything that you think you want. But that is fundamentally flawed, because it is not fair. Never. Other people have other lives, they have other opportunities, they're in other circumstances in which you might do other things too. And there are very few fundamental truths in life. And it's on you to figure out what hand you've been dealt, and to figure out how to play that hand in the best way possible. And that might be very different than someone else. And they might have had other opportunities that you didn't. And it doesn't matter. And that's not to say that they're privileged or that they should be grateful. No, they have a hand. And they didn't do anything for their hand either. No one did anything for their hand. And you can still win really big regardless of what hand you have. You can still win really big. But you have to find your way to that win. And it might be very different to what you think right now it is. And look, that's great. I think that's fundamentally what is so incredibly exciting about life, is that we get to figure out what is our path. How do we get where we need to go? Where do we need to go? And that might be very different, right? Like, if you want to start a company, like, some people end up raising VC money, and some people are really anti about doing that. They say that's stupid, whatever. But maybe that's the path that some people have to go, and maybe it's not the path for you though. So it just, there's this big flaw in our generation of constantly having to compare yourself, and it's just so unproductive, really. It doesn't make any sense. I do it all the time myself. It's very easy to fall into that trap. But there's this, I've been going back to this story periodically, but one of my mentors, a guy that I really respect, he shared the story with me, and I want to share it with you now, because I think it is it is something that I actually go back to probably at least once a month, and I read it, and it helps me reflect on things. And this is the story. There's a Taoist story of an old farmer who had worked his crops for many years. One day his horse ran away. Upon hearing the news, his neighbors came to visit. "Such bad luck," they said sympathetically. "We'll see," the farmer replied. The next morning, the horse returned, bringing with it 3 other wild horses. "How wonderful!" the neighbors exclaimed. "We'll see," replied the man. The following day, his son tried to ride one of the untamed horses, was thrown, and broke his leg. The neighbors again came to offer their sympathy on his misfortune. "We'll see," answered the farmer. The day after, military officials came to the village to draft young men into the army. Seeing that the son's leg was broken, they passed him by. The neighbors congratulated the farmer on how well things had turned out. "We'll see," said the farmer. And that's it. If you're seeing this right now, please keep this to yourself. Stay humble, keep going, and we'll see each other tomorrow. Goodbye.